Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thanks again for joining me here. I hope you're having a phenomenal day. We're going to take a quick look here at ICP, double check quite a few things here. We want to make sure that we understand this descending trend line, what it means for us. The key level resistances such as $8.80, and then maybe some back-end data here too as well with liquidation data. We just want to kind of make sure we understand specifically where we're at with ICP. All right. Again, a well-rounded approach is nice, specifically on the weekends too, where we kind of just at a glance see what's happened and where we need to go next. All right. So if you're new to the channel, welcome aboard. I hope you can learn something today. If you do want to become a better trader, again, CryptoCache.tech is a site linked down below. To all of our new traders coming over there, make sure you watch my university videos and ensure you develop your own risk tolerance because it's always different than mine. And if you don't like the successful trades and occasionally you don't like the inconsistencies, it's okay. Say something. Speak up. Let us know. We're always willing to calibrate and make sure we make adjustments. Okay, that's what a good trader does. Now take a look here at ICP. We want to double check a couple of things here. This last 7 days on the left, 1 month on the right. We can see by the monthly, there's some late longs here, roughly $60 million in longs. Liquidation at about $7.40. That's a rough estimate, about $7.40. Sorry, $7.40. $7.40 would be nice. But yeah, 7.40 is essentially that lower level. We can see that here roughly with some late longs here at about $7.50 and more specifically $6.50. Okay. So there's a lot of liquidation in both the upwards and downward direction. What that tells us is that a lot of people feel like shorts and longs are also they're both very successful at this time, or they have a propensity to go up as well as down. All right, we can see almost a very similar amount of buy and sell orders in the last short amount of time here, last 7 days. And truthfully, it's not looking bad, but it's also not looking good. I'll explain what I mean by that here. So now that we understand, generally speaking, that we have a lot of liquidation above and below the price action on smaller time frames, but on larger time frames we have very little, minus the late longs here, we can kind of understand more specifically on the daily time frame that there's some important things we want to look at. And a lot of those important things that we want to identify is, well, first of all, moving averages, we're below all four. That's not good. It's easy to summarize here that we are very bearish. However, we got to recognize too, though, that Bitcoin has been pulling back and down, basically sideways and down for the roughly last 6 to 7 days. All right, so you can kind of see that sideways and down. We look at ICP. It came down magnificently, or monumentally rather, down the 750 range, testing a previous support level. We can also recognize that the price has been going sideways the entire time. This is very standard for ICP to go sideways in a range until it just breaks up or down. So the truth here is that if you've probably been there for a few of these time frames where ICP just goes straight sideways, it kind of gets stuck on stupid, for lack of better terms, and then it eventually just blows up, right? So to me personally, based on having analyzed this coin for years now, I can tell you that with it consolidating right now, it's a very positive sign. Likely, if Bitcoin can stabilize between 60, 64,000, roughly where it's at, I'm spitballing here, then I think ICP will likely calibrate and continue further back up. It could still pull back. You got to recognize that. We don't have a ton of support in this lower range unless we go all the way back to 2023. So truth is, we have very large ebbs and flows, but the fact that we're going sideways for this amount of time is good. We're maintaining ourselves right at 30 on the RSI, just below, but right there at that range. And we can see stochastic swinging up with MACD slowly losing its momentum. So those are generally favorable signs, but the truth is rather, we have a lot of resistances above us, and until we break through a few of those, there's no reason to consider a long position. Okay. So me personally, $8.80, that's that definitive line where it was an obvious support level for us, and we had a most recent resistance level there too. So if you can kind of zoom in here and see on the 4-hour time frame, 880, 870-ish right there, heavy resistance. Okay. So until we can get above this guy here, somewhere over here, we're not going to have a leg to stand on or feel confident in taking a trade. Okay, we're still kind of respecting this descending trend line, running fairly concurrent with both the 20 and the 50. While the 20 is averaging itself out sideways, we want to be over that 50-day SMA at the very least. That to me is important on the 4-hour. We also want to be above 50 on the RSI. You'll notice there's a common characteristic here. 50 is that number. To me personally, that works out the most, and the more consistency you're going to find of being above those levels. So under 50 on the RSI, not good. Stochastic swinging up, money flow pulling back. There's really nothing here that's phenomenal or advantageous to promote a long position for this coin. Now, is this telling us we want to short? Well, let's go ahead and find out. You got to keep in mind too, though, with when the price goes range bound like it has, Bollinger Bands. Anytime you look at compression, there's more likely for a breakout soon. Okay, so I do feel like we're going to see ICP either break up or down. I know it seems redundant and crazy, and I'm sure we're going to get some kind of troll in the comments saying, oh, this guy's telling me it's going to go either direction. But what use is that? Sometimes the market does that, right, folks? There's no other way around. I can't control that. But the truth here is that, with us being stuck in this range, we're getting a lot of false positives, okay? That's why you always wait for the range to break out first and then consider trading it. Being a breakout trader right now is not a good call. A lot of breakout traders are getting destroyed because of it. And again, we're having a lot of false breakouts with Bitcoin and subsequently ICP as well. So when I look at this chart and I compare it with Bitcoin, I see ICP starting to stabilize. A lot of altcoins are doing that. So I think we have a propensity to increase in value here soon, but it's not to say it wouldn't come with a leg down first, right? Again, a lot of liquidation here, and the last 7 days, roughly, maybe more so about like last 4 days, to this lower range. Then of course we have very little liquidation just immediately above, right? So a lot of people are starting to shift momentum. A lot of the shorts are getting closed out in profit. And while there are some late shorts here, there's not a lot of previous shorts minus the upper range at 13, which is a long ways away, okay? So we don't even need to worry about that. Long story short here, ICP is still on the struggle bus, but it's also maintaining a nice range. And I think we're more likely to break up than down, pending Bitcoin doesn't go down too much further. Keep in mind, I still believe Bitcoin will sweep its lower level of liquidity. If you're not familiar with that, be sure to watch my Bitcoin videos. There's a ton of liquidation. That's roughly about $10 to $20 billion in liquidation at 62,800. That level gets swept, you can almost guarantee we're going to see some recourse here on ICP. But if ICP holds that level and that level gets swept, I think we're due to take a long position if this coin can hold this range. Again, we're in a support range, and that's what we need to know for the moment. Till we break that range, there's no reason to consider taking a premature trade. Just my opinion. And if you want to trade this range, you can go ahead and buy low, sell high, keep doing that. That's more of a day trader thing, though. You don't really swing trade that, okay? All right. I hope that clarified some things. Thanks again so much for watching. Deeply appreciate it. Make sure you check out our exclusive offer through Bitunix, only available till the end of the month in June. Also help grow our Twitter, Telegram, Discord, YouTube, now TikTok, and YouTube Shorts. Cool stuff. Check it out, folks. Deeply appreciate you. Don't forget to hit the like button. We'll comment below. We'll see you in the next one. Have a good rest of your day. Take care.